Hello, welcome to Board Games with Niramas. Today it's time to play some Civilization A New Dawn. This new Civilization game from Fantasy Flight Games designed by James Kniffen. And I'm Joseph and I'm here today with Draco, of course. We are going to play a two-player game to show you how the game works and so you can decide if it might be a game for you and your gaming group. So this game is from 2 to 4 players. It has a modular map, so it's bigger if you're more players and so on, but the base game is the same, of course. I'm the red player over here. This is my starting capital. I'm going to be Egypt. So I have a special ability. There's a setup here, special for my faction or for my nation. And on the back of it I also have like a player aid, which is really handy. And I'm good at building stuff, so World Wonders is reduced by 1 in cost for me. I have my setup over here. We have a board like this with the different terrain types and numbered from 1 to 5 and 5 different action cards that we can use to do actions as the game progresses. And there's a really nice system for this, you will see as we start playing. I also have one of my little caravans out here with the wagon. I have my tech dial, which indicates how far I've come in technology research. It will go up. And I will be the first player, so the first thing that happens every round, except for the first, when it's my turn, things are going to happen here. We're going to remove this dial around, and so barbarians will move around, they will spawn, and so on. So, and I also have my deck here, I can upgrade my actions to make them better, which is really fun. Draco, he's the green player, of course. He has his capital starting over here. He's going to be Sumeria. And his special ability is that when he defeats a barbarian, he will gain a resource of his choice from the supply, in addition to a trade token that you normally get when you defeat a barbarian. He has his research track, his cards out, and as you can see, they're in different places because the setup is different for the different factions. He has his storage here, cities, caravans, these control tokens, and his deck, of course. Over here we have the wonders. So we have 3 different type of wonders. These are ancient, medieval, and modern wonders. And the top one here is the one that we can build right now. Once it's built, another one comes out and it can be built. So for example, here we have the Terracotta Army. Let's see if I can get some focus here. So if I build this, when I attack, I increase my combat value by 2. It costs 8 in sort of currency in cost to build it. I can use oil or marble or any of them combination to fund it, to be able to build it. It's also a red, it's a military wonder, there's different kinds of them. And so we have the other ones there, I can build anyone I want. Here we have the game goals, 3 different. There's 5 in the game, and so you'll have a different setup each time you play. So we have, first here we have the technophile. And that is to reach 24 on my trade dial, which is all the way around. If I do that, then I finish this part of the card. I only need to do 1 on each type on each card to win the game. So I could do the technophile and the paranoid and the populous, and then I win the game. Or I could do the scholarly and the paranoid, and then the preservationist. Any combination you want. The scholarly, by the way, is to build 2 or to control 2 natural wonders. So that's an option if you don't want to go for technology. But to win the game, you have to do either of those. Then we have the War Monger. Then you need to either defeat a rival capital city or control 2 conquered city-states. You could also do the Paranoid, which is to control 2 military world wonders. You can build 2 of those red ones. And finally, their populace there is to have control 5 mature cities. You can sort of, your cities start out just as a city or as a capital, and then you can mature them. I'll explain that later. And the option there is to be a preservationist, and then you need to control 2 natural wonders. So yeah, there's a few different ways. Scholarly, by the way, is to control 2 scientific world wonders. I was wrong there, but there's different ways to win the game, but you only need to do 3 of those. Anyway, we also have 3 different city-states in this game. That also varies, depends on the map. So we have Carthage, Buenos Aires, and Geneva, and when we send our caravans there, we will get those bonus cards. And they are out here. Here we have Buenos Aires and so on, Geneva and Carthage. And we can reach them with our caravans to trade with them, basically. We can also reach them with our military by our control, like our control markers, and fight them and conquer them. That's also where we can go. So anyway, we have some barbarians out here. We have these natural wonders. Also, depending on which map you have out, they're double-sided, so you can vary it a lot. And yeah, let's start playing, I think. I think that was basically it for the explanation of things. And so, I am the first player, so the first thing I will do on my turn is I will select one of these 5 different actions that I want to do. And I think I will start now. If I choose foreign trade here, and it's in the second slot, that means that my little caravan can move up to 3 spaces, but it can only move on grass or these hills or grassland. It can't go any higher. So I might want to wait with that. Yeah, I think I'll wait with that. Instead, no, I'll go for early empire here. And this is a cultural action. And what I do is I just mark it like this, that's the one I'm doing now. That means that I can place 2 control tokens on spaces matching this slot's terrain or lower that are adjacent to friendly cities. Now, I'm all the way up to mountains here, so I can go for any terrain except water. So, yeah, I'll put out 2 of these control tokens, and I want to put them like this, on the mountain and on the grassland. This is unreinforced. If I flip it over, it's reinforced. But to do that action, to get it reinforced, I need to do the military action here, in this case masonry, to have it. That's how you sort of have defense, by having them reinforced, or other benefits. Now, another thing that happens now is because now my city is all surrounded by either water, it could be three different things, water, edge of the map, or these control tokens. If it's surrounded by something of those 3, then this city is now mature. That means that I will get some benefits later on and so on. So that was my action, and when I finish my action, this card that I chose to use, it goes all the way to the bottom here, and everything else slides up. And this is the crux of the game. This is the base mechanic, which is really fun. I really enjoy that. I want to do this, but I don't want to do it now. I want it to be more powerful. That means that I have to do one of these that is higher, so that it slides around. But maybe I don't want to do these right now. So there's all this trickiness with the action selection. So that was my whole turn. It goes really quick, and now it's Drago's turn. And let's see, what does he want to do? He started with pottery, his industrial thing up here. And that means if he wants to build a world wonder, he would have 5 in production. But if we look over here, the cheapest one is for 8, and then 10, and then 11. So he can't really build a world wonder right now anyway. But the industrial, the value of how much resources, or sort of how much money you have to spend on wonders production is depending on where the card is in this row. Or he could do this to build a city on a legal space of this slot's terrain or lower. So once again, it's the terrain that's decided by the placement of the card. And then he could do it within 2 spaces of friendly space. I think he will do that. So he will use that one. He will build a city within 2 spaces of a friendly space. Now, this of course is a friendly space for him. If he had some control tokens out like I have, then he could count from them because they are friendly spaces. But right now he will build a city 2 spaces away. He can't build next to another city. He can't build on a barbarian. He can't build on a natural wonder, so there's some restrictions. I think he will build up here. So that's 1, 2, and he can build on any terrain except water because that card was so high up there. So that's what his action is. And now this card will slide down, everything else will slide up. And that was his whole action. Really smooth gameplay like this. And now it's my turn again, but now we're into round 2, so I will move this 1 step clockwise like that. Nothing happens this turn, but soon the barbarians will start to move around. Okay, and once we hit this box here, that means that I will get a trade token, which is really awesome, these trade tokens. I will get it because I have a mature city, so you get one for each mature city you have. Okay, so what do I want to do now? Well, now I think I will do my foreign trade. And when I do that, I can move each of my caravans, I only have one now, up to 3 spaces, and I can move from in the terrain that the card is in. So I can move in forest, hills, or grassland. 3 spaces. I always start adjacent to one of my cities, either my capital or a mature city. So I'll start here. I'll go 1, 2, 3, and I'm getting close to that city state over there. When I reach it, I will get some trade tokens, and I will also sort of form an alliance because I will get a special bonus card from them, from Carthage. And that means this card goes down, these slide up like that. Now it's Draco's turn. Let's see, what will he do? Okay, well now he will do, let's see, he wants to do early empire so that he can place control tokens next to his city, right, and take over this natural wonder, but he can't do it yet because this natural wonder space counts as 5 in strength. And the early empire card he has, the culture card, it's in slot number 3, the forest. So he has to try to get it up to 5. So he has to do one of these up here, and I think he will do this then. Astrology, that's a science action. He will advance his tech dial a number of spaces equal to the slot's number. It's in space number 4. So he gets 4, like that, 4 research value on his little tech dial here. And remember, one of the goals is to get it all the way to 24. That could be something he could work on. And now, since he moved past one of these level 2 markers there, he gets to instantly upgrade one of his cards into a level 2. This is really fun. It's like a tech tree here. So he'll take these and he'll go through them, and he can upgrade anything he wants. And I think he wants to, I think he wants to upgrade his, let's see, should he upgrade his masonry? Yeah, he will upgrade his masonry, his military building, into a iron working instead. So he'll remove this card, and the iron working goes in there. This card is out of the game, and now he has a level 2 military card, which means that now he can reinforce a number of control tokens up to his slot's number, which is 5 right now, but he doesn't have any control tokens, it's pointless. Or he can perform up to 2 attacks within 3 spaces of a friendly space. The reason he wanted to do this is now he can go 1, 2, 3 and attack this barbarian. Now with his old card, his military card level 1 that he started with, masonry, he could only go 2 spaces from a friendly space, so he wouldn't be able to reach the barbarian. So that's why he wanted to upgrade this one. Okay, so that's done. And now this card will slide down like that. He did a science upgrade. Really nice for him. And now it's my turn. But before it's my turn, we have to move here on the dial. And now the barbarians will move. And we have a little marker here, put in just randomly as we want. And it has numbers, and I will roll a die and we'll see how the barbarians will move. So it's a 6. Then we'll take a look at this little dial. That means that they will move in that direction. This guy will go over there, this guy will go there, there, and there, and this guy over here, if he had moved on to my caravan, I would have lost it, so they can attack my cities as well. They're really dangerous stuff. This guy will go into water, they will just keep swimming. Once he hits the edge of the map, he will reverse, so he will go back to the same space, really. That's how it works. Okay, so that happened, and now it's my turn to act. So what do I want to do? Well, in a way, I could do foreign trade right away. Yeah, should I do that? I think I'll do it. I'll do foreign trade again, which means now I don't have any caravans to place out, but the one out there will be able to move 3 spaces, but he can only go on grassland because I'm on level 1, but it's okay. Because he's just gonna go here on grassland 1, 2 into the city state of Carthage. What happens then is I get 2 trade tokens, and I get to place them. I have to place them on the card corresponding to the city state. This city state, as we can see, has a shield. It's military based. So my military card, the masonry, gets 2 of these trade tokens. Now what do they do? Well, when I do this action, I can spend as many as I want. I can have up to 3 on the card. I can spend as many as I want to get +1 to combat value. So now I'm stronger in fighting now because of that. And as you can see, I have a barbarian 2 spaces from my friendly space. I could attack the barbarian next turn. Also, because I moved into Carthage for the first time, it's only for the first time, I'll get this Carthage card. And this Carthage card means they are all different, but this one is when defending or attacking a target other than Carthage, increase your combat value by 1 for each city-state token and friendly city within 2 spaces of the defending space. So basically, Carthage will help me out in a fight, as long as I'm not fighting them, of course. So I have this, I'll place it down here by my character, and that's really good. And also my little caravan will go back to the card, to this here, and it's ready to be used again, but then it has to move out from my capital or from a mature city. Okay, so that was my action. I'm really happy with that. Now it's time for Draco, and let's see, now he's set himself up, so he's going to do his military action, which is ironworking, and he has ironworking, I have masonry, because we're on different levels. And he's not going to reinforce because he has no tokens to reinforce. He's going to perform up to 2 attacks within 3 spaces of a friendly space. So he will attack 1, 2, 3. He can attack this guy. And when you do the counting, he can't attack from this one because that would be water in between. You have to sort of count in like he could go 1, 2, 3, 4 if he could go 4. But you can't go through the water unless you upgrade, of course. After you upgrade, you get more and more technologies. You start to be able to move through water. Anyway, he's attacking this barbarian. And how does that work? Well, we'll take a look at the card here. Because this card was in the 5th spot, he has a combat value of the slot's number +1 or +3 if attacking a barbarian. So he has 5 + 3, he has 8 in total combat value against the barbarian. And how strong is the barbarian? Well, it depends on what kind of land it's on. So it's on a mountain, that means the barbarian has a strength of 5. So Draco has 8, the barbarian has 5, and then we roll 2 dice. Well, Draco rolls 1, another player rolls 1. Here's Draco, that's a 2. Here's the barbarian, that's a 3. So the barbarian has a total of 8, Draco has a total of 10. So Draco beats the barbarian. And when he do that, when he kills the barbarian, it goes to the side. He might come in again because they will respawn over here when the dial moves there. And Draco gets 1 trade token. And this trade token he gets to place anywhere he wants. So he could start thinking, if he places it here, it will make him be able to put out another control token when he does that action. If he goes here, he can get an extra space of movement for his little caravan. Over here, he can get 1 extra production for a wonder. And here he can get +1 tech dial advancement if he wants to go to science really fast. Well, you know what? Draco wants to do early empire next, so he'll place it here. And the military card slides over, and like that. And now he can do his culture action, early empire. And he can start spreading his empire by culture influence, basically, is what the theme is. So it's back to me, my turn, and this will move, and now all players will get 1 trade token to place wherever they want for each mature city they have. Now Draco doesn't have any, they are not surrounded by water, edge of the map or control tokens, but I have 1, so I'll get 1 trade token. I think I will place it. I do want to build something soon. And remember, I have a cost reduction of 1 for all world wonders. No, I'll put it on astrology here on the science, so I can increase my science movement when I do that action. And that's my turn. And let's see, I will do the military, which is masonry for me. Now I could reinforce my control tokens, but I don't want to do that. I want to attack the barbarian. So 2 attacks within 2 spaces, and my combat value equals this slot's number. I don't have the bonus +1 like Draco has, or +3 when he fights barbarians, because he has upgraded his card. I only have 5, okay? But it's not a problem because the barbarian is on grassland, so he only has 1. And he's 2 spaces away from this one, which is the friendly space. So I have 5, the barbarian has 1. So here's my roll. 2, so I'm up to 7. Barbarian up to 6. Oh, that was pretty close on it anyway. But I killed the barbarian and I get a trade token to place somewhere. And now I'm going to place it on astrology, so I really can do a good tech round soon. And if need be, if I wouldn't have beaten the barbarian, I could have used my trade token here to increase my combat value. You can do that after the rolls. Okay, so that was it. The slide's over. And like that. And it's time for Draco. So what is Draco planning to do? Well, now he is going to do his cultural influence. And he's also going to spend his trade token to get +1 control token. So now he gets to put out, normally it's 2 with this one, now he gets to put out 3 control tokens and increase his area basically. And he will do it, let's see, well, one of them will definitely, and now because it was on mountain there, he can go anywhere on the board except for water. So of course he will go here, take control of this natural wonder. I will explain that in a minute. Then he will go, let's see, I think he will do it like this and this, because he wants to get this city mature, right? So he wants to surround it. Oh no, he wants to get this one mature first of all, so let's do it like that then. Okay. And now, the natural wonder, the Grand Mesa, is a diamond. So normally when you spend a resource, like if you find a diamond like this, and to find it you need to put your control markers in a spot like over there where there is a diamond, then you get one. Then you spend it when you build a wonder and it's gone. But Draco, he always has a diamond. He can spend it and then once every turn, and then the next turn he can spend it again and so on. So that's really awesome. And also remember, he's halfway to completing this one, Preservationist, and having 2 natural wonders. The problem is the other one is over at my side here, so it could be hard for him to have both of them, but we'll fight over it probably later on. And so this one goes over here to indicate he has it. And oh yeah, why do you need resources? Well, let's say he wants to build this wonder over here, this medieval one, the Venetian Arsenal. Then, well, it's a military wonder, it costs 10, but it gets a reduction in price of 2 for every resource you spend. And Draco can spend a diamond and he still keep it. So this one only costs him 8 basically. 8 is still too much for him because the most he could get to now is 5, because that's his value up there. But remember, if he upgrades his industrial card, he will get more than 5 when he goes here. So it's always this upgrading of technologies. And this is why I love Civilization. This is why I love this game and the old Sid Meier Civilization game. This whole feeling of you can't just do one thing. You have to sort of balance it out, but you can focus on a few things and get better at those. But you still, everything combines into each other, so you need to do everything. Alright, so that was Draco's turn, and now this is gone. Or not gone. It goes down to the number 1 slot, of course. And like that. Okay, and it's my turn, and now we will once again move this, which means the barbarians will move again. And that's also the reason why you want to kill those barbarians, not just to get 1 trade token, but to get rid of them so they aren't close to you and can start destroying your stuff. And let's see where they move. It's a 4, that means that the barbarians will move like that. It's 1 guy up here, there's 1 there, and 1 there. Okay. So that was it, and now it's time for me to do something. And let's see, should I do my science now? I want to wait and do it now there, because it's stronger there. Yeah, let's do that. I'll do my industrial work. I will not build a world wonder because I can't yet. But I will build 1 city on a legal space within 2 spaces of a friendly space. So this one goes down here. Well, I should actually do that before I put this out. You should do it in order, but I'll just put this friendly space, and it was on mountain. I can build anywhere I want. And it's better to have a city in the mountains than in the grassland, because the defense value of the city, if I get attacked, is, in this case, mountain is 5 times 2. So there's a 10 bonus in defense if it's up in the mountains, because we can start attacking each other's cities later on. And if Draco attacks this and wins, he takes it over. It becomes a green city. So that's really rough. So I'll go up here in the mountains, and I'll also cover this space where there usually spawns barbarians. So I get rid of some barbarians in my area. That could be nice as well. Now I couldn't go if there was a barbarian token there, but I can cover that up. So yeah, that was my action, and now it's Draco's turn. And let's see. Now Draco will send out his, I guess he will send out his, Yeah, he will send out. He will do foreign trade, which means he sends out his caravan. It can move 3 spaces, and it can move anything now because the card was in the 5th slot. It has to start out at a mature city or a capital, though. So, I forgot something. When Draco defeated a barbarian, you should have gotten a resource as well, because he's Sumeria. What would he want then? I guess he'll take an oil. So Draco got some oil there earlier as well. Sorry. So easy to miss things when you're talking and all that. Anyway, this caravan has to start out here, for example, next to his capital, and he can move 3 spaces. He can move in any terrain, and he's aiming for Buenos Aires over here. So he'll go 1, 2, 3. He just did miss the target, but he can get there next turn. And once again, the card slides like that. And now it's no point for him to do it, because the last step here that he needs to do is into it's into grassland actually. This one has grassland and mountain, but it's the one that's mostly. So yeah, he could do it right away. Okay. So it's my turn, and remember, we have to do this first. And now you'll see barbarians spawning. And basically just you put the tokens back to, as long as the places are not occupied, like this is empty, the I barbarian will come back there. That's dangerous for Draco. He might hit his wagon. Yeah. All right. And the B guy won't come back because I built a city there, so it's out of the game basically. Unless I lose my city. If another barbarian somehow makes it over here and attacks me, then I could lose the city, and then the space is empty once again. Okay, and now it's my turn to do something, and now I will do my science. So I get to move 5 spaces on the dial, but I'll spend these 2, so I'll get to move 7 spaces on the dial. And I'll do that because that means, well, I could have go for 6, but that means I'll move all the way over here, and I'll pass 2 of these level 2, so I get 2 upgrades right away. So what do I want then? I think I want to build a wonder soon, right? As soon as I can. Maybe I should upgrade my... could upgrade my industry to animal husbandry. Then I can, let's see, I can build, well, the wonder thing is the same. I can build a city 3 spaces away instead of 2, or I can build a city on an empty space of this slot's terrain or lower that is adjacent to a friendly caravan. Yeah, that's how you can make the caravan start sort of spreading your cities as well. But it doesn't help me with the cost of the cities though. So that's not so exciting. I'll take currency for sure, instead of the foreign trade, which means that now my caravan can move 4 spaces, and I also get another caravan, so I have 2 that they can move 4 spaces each. So that's awesome. And now they can also move into barbarians. If they do, they kill the barbarian, but I don't get the trade token, but still it's good that they can defend themselves, sort of. And then maybe I should go for... yeah, let's go for this one, drama and poetry. I'll upgrade my culture building. So instead of being able to put out 2 control tokens, I can put out 2, and then I can also move one of them 1 step so they can move around. That's awesome. So that was my 2 upgrades, and I did science, so now everything slides. So now, as you can see, I'm ready to do the drama and poetry here right away. Anyway, it's Draco's turn, and what is he doing? Could he build a wonder? No, he can't. Not yet. Maybe he wants to do science as well. But remember, he's a bit afraid. Well, let's see. When it's my turn again, nothing will happen. Then they will move. So Draco has 2 turns on him to get this caravan out of the way before this moves. And even if it moves, it's only on a 6 that it moves in that direction. So yeah, I don't think he will worry about that right now. Instead, he will go for, I think he will go for, he'll go for pottery once again, just to build another city within 2 spaces. Let's do that first then. I mean, it's good to have many cities, right? So let's see, 2 spaces from a friendly space. It's a bit dangerous to go up here. It's dangerous to go down there as well. And he can build on any terrain because it was in the 5th slot, so He kind of wants to get the diamonds over there, so I think he'll build over here. He doesn't want to build in the grassland. No. He will build here in the forest or in the hills, because this is easier to get this city matured, because there's 2 spaces missing here. He only needs 4 control tokens, and the ones that he places here, well, they benefit his capital as well, so that's a good spot. And now when he places a control token here, he will get a diamond. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so they slide over. I'll just do it off camera. You've seen how it works now. And now it's my turn. This move, which means nothing happens. And then it's my turn to act. But before I do that, I think I will take a little break. And I will be back in part 2. So you can see how we continue playing. A lot of stuff will happen. We might get into some wars with each other and so on. It's been a while since I did this part 1 and part 2 run-throughs. But this game, I want to make it, I don't want to play a full playthrough, but I want to make more, sort of, so you see the whole game, because it's just so great. Just so great, everything that happens. So I hope I'll see you in part 2. You can just click the link up there, go straight to part 2, and I hope we will see you there. Thank you so much for watching this one. Bye-bye.
Breathe in. Look into these eyes. Subscribe to the channel. Now, exhale. Board Games with Niramas is sponsored by Alara Games in Sweden.